It's 5 o'clock. I'm going to call the Sumner County Board of Appeals meeting on September the 11th to order. I'm a little bit early, but thank everybody's here. We have approval of the minutes on August 14th. Is there a motion? We've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimous. Let's leave. Any changes to the agenda? Well, let the agenda stand as written. I want to enter into the meeting materials for the record. Exhibit A, the zoning resolution. Our exhibit to the packet, exhibit B. And the staff presentation, exhibit C. We have on our regular agenda, the first item of business, Melissa McIntosh is requesting variance from Sumner County requirements regarding an accessory structure in front of the primary dwelling at 112 Sugar Tree Lane in Gallatin. Sydney?
Thank you, Chairman. All right, as you mentioned, the property owner, Melissa McIntosh, is requesting a variance to locate a garage in front of the existing primary dwelling, pursuant to Chapter 14, Section 1410. And the variance is from Chapter 11, Section 1101, subsection D, pertaining to accessory structures. All right, and this is a visual of the property and the surrounding area. You can see that it backs up here to some core property. And that lot is a little over half of an acre there. This is where the public notice requirements were met and published in the August 28th Gallatin News. And here is the zoning compliance that noted that the request was going to have to come before the Board of Zoning Appeals to be located in front of the primary dwelling. It also noted the setbacks for the RR district, but the property owner has worked with staff and chosen to move the building from the side setbacks to not require variance from the side setbacks. So the only variance before you this evening is for the location in front of the primary dwelling. All right, and here's the application. Here it is, so you can actually read it. The existing house sits very close to the property lines. The house is a very steep A-frame, and the roof extends to the rear, making it impossible to attach and making it look presentable. And then it's a very steep grade. The garage is being used to store a longboat, and the grade makes it difficult to go into the backyard. And then there's also some septic in the rear yard that makes it a little tight. And just to illustrate that, here is the plot plan that was submitted. This is the existing primary dwelling here. It's about 115 feet from the property line, and they are requesting to add this accessory garage right here, which you can see it's 10 feet from the side property line, which is allowed because this plat is older than 1973 and smaller than 40,000 square feet. And then you can see the septic that they were referencing here. We don't have topo on here, but you can see in the pictures a little bit later what the additional challenges may be with that. All right, this is an elevation of what they're proposing. And here we go, entering the property with the public notice sign posted. This is the view as you're approaching the property. This is the primary dwelling here. They have a small outbuilding section of the zoning resolution they're seeking variance from, that states that the accessory building shall not be erected between the front lot line and the front wall of the principal building unless the principal structure is set back more than 500 feet from the front lot line. In this case, that's, it's 115 feet back, so that's why the request is before you this evening. And this is the state statute from TCA Chapter 13 that allows the board to grant variances where there's a exceptional hardship not created by the owner with the shape of the lot, topography, narrowness of the lot that was unique to the lot, and that if they had to comply with the strict regulations of the resolution would make it difficult to utilize the property. Okay, and here's the findings of fact for variances. And here were the staff interpretation is that the particular conditions of the lot with the soil area in the rear, the existing challenges to add on to the house and some elevation changes may make conformity with the zoning resolution difficult. All right. The conditions do not apply generally across the rural residential zoning district and are unique to this lot. There are no unpermitted uses proposed. Financial returns are not the primary issue at hand. The difficulty with the topography was not created by the owner. The requested variance appears to be the minimum that will allow the property to be utilized for them to have a garage to store their vehicles in the manner proposed. And no evidence has been provided that granting this variance will be detrimental to the public, nor will it impede the supply of light and air. And per additional regulations, the plot plan has been provided in accordance with requirements, and the variance is not for a use. Here are the example motions. Number one, to find that the county variance standards are met and to approve a request for the variance for the accessory building location, provided that the zoning building and land disturbance permits are obtained. 2, to deny the variance request, or 3, to defer this item for 1 month in order to obtain additional information.
This is a public hearing. We have 2 folks that have signed up to speak. Melissa McIntosh, you care to speak?
Yeah, actually, I would like to.
If you will, want to turn on your mic there. Just state your name and address for the record.
I'm Melissa McIntosh, and this is a property that my grandfather bought and built a house on. It was a fishing cabin. I'm trying to create it as a home. But one thing that I would like to add that just hasn't been said, if I was to put the garage in the backyard, if at all that was possible, the one thing that I have in my backyard that other people do not have is the old forest. I have like 35 trees in my backyard, and I would hate to remove those. It is full of deer, which they already don't have a lot of places to go. And I just do want to add that I do have the oak forest in my backyard. So it would be more removal of trees. And I think that's important to not remove trees. But that's all I wanted to say on that.
Daniel Smith.
Yes, sir. I'm the general contractor, and basically Ms. Simpkins, she touched on pretty much everything. I will say the left side of the house, which I actually have a picture from the rear, does not. This is a little bit more, gives a little bit more information as far as the grade. You can kind of see how steep that is. think maybe I had sent that one over. But the elevation at the rear is pretty tough. And the roof framing with that A-frame extending all the way to the grade would make it a pretty big challenge to attach a structure to it. So that's about all we're going to add to it.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would care to speak to this request? Seeing no one, will close the public hearing. What's the will of the board? And I would remind the board that we have granted multiple requests in this development. It's an old fishing camp, it's there forever. And we've done this countless times because honestly, the folks, they can't live behind those houses. What's the will of the board?
How big is it?
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Wilkins, I'm sorry.
No, you're good, you're running
Hold
ahead.
on.
30 by 60?
See, I'm pulling up the.
30 by 50?
No, I don't think it's that large. It is 30 by 18. 30 by 18.
I'm sorry, 30 by.
30 by 18.
That's it. 30
by 18.
Yeah, I've forgotten the math on it, but it calculated out to be less than the primary dwelling is what we were concerned about.
Yeah, I think that's the square, like it's giving me this.
Discussion? A motion?
I'll make a motion, for example, motion number 1.
We have a motion and a second. For example, motion number 1. Discussion. All in favor of the motion to approve? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Sylvia, is there any other business to come before this board?
Just wanted to mention the approvals, the administrative approvals of the continuations, which is 318 Corinth Lane that Kurt brought this center. They did finally get their CO on that, so they're moving forward. And then 1003 Dobbins Pike, Hallmark Permanent Body Shop. Those two are going for you there. And then
Absolutely. And you can keep that footprint
the
too.
next question I had was really more of a housekeeping question, in that the next meeting is going to be following during fall break. I just want to confirm support.
I need a motion. All the business we have, I need a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you.
Appreciate you so much.
We'll
Thank you
follow
for
up.
all your work.
Yeah.
And dealing with me.
No problem, no problem. You've been a pleasure.